Welcome. From nuclear physics, we are discussing about the particle accelerator and detector. We know that there are different types of a particle accelerator, such as linear accelerator, that is a LINAC. Second is a cyclotron. Third particle accelerator is a betatron, and fourth is a synchrotron. The particle accelerator is used to accelerate the charged particle. Charged particle means proton, electron, alpha particle. Okay, so we can accelerate this charged particle, and this accelerated charged particle can be collide or bombarded on target to study the nuclear reaction. Friends, in this lecture we have to see linear accelerator or LINAC. The linear accelerator is generally used to accelerate the charged particle such as a proton, and the electron can be also accelerated by using this LINAC. The linear accelerator consists of cylindrical shape electrodes. The length of a electrode is increases, and it is a cylindrical shape. Now, so here, if we consider this is one electrode, cylindrical shape electrode. This is second electrode. Third electrode. So there are a number of electrodes. Fourth and the fifth electrode, and this is the sixth number. Okay. Now the odd number of electrodes are connected together or combined together, and even number of electrodes are combined together. So here, first electrode, third electrode and fifth electrode, these are odd number of electrodes, and these electrodes are combined together. Now, the even number of electrodes are combined together. So here, this is the second electrode. This is fourth electrode and number 6 electrode. Now, the alternating potential is applied across this odd and even number of electrodes. So here we can apply the alternating potential, or we can say that this is a simply RF oscillator. Okay, RF oscillator. Okay, or alternating potential is applied across the electrodes. Now the ion source is kept at one end of the electrode or toward the left side. So here we kept ion source which emits ion. Okay, that is a positive ion or negative ion. So this is the ion source. Now these electrodes are kept in an evacuated chamber in which there is low pressure gas. So here is the evacuated chamber and there is a low pressure gas. Okay. At the other end or at right end of this linac, we kept a target. Here is a target. The accelerated charge particle, when the charge particle goes through this electrode, the charge particle get accelerated. Okay, its a kinetic energy is increases. So when the charge particles goes through this electrodes, then they get accelerated. Its a kinetic energy is increases and its velocity is also increases. Now these accelerated charge particles are bombarded on target to study the nuclear reaction. Okay, so this is the construction of the LINAC or linear accelerator. Now, due to the alternating potential, if we consider the first cylinder is at a positive potential, okay, and second cylinder is at a negative potential, okay. When the charge particle goes through this first cylinder, due to the negative potential, when the positive charge particle goes through first cylinder or electrode, due to the negative potential across the second cylinder, this charge particle get accelerated. Okay, this charge particle is get accelerated and goes inside the second cylinder. Now the charge on charge particle is a positive. The potential across the second cylinder is a negative, and therefore the charge particle move with the constant velocity inside this cylinder. Now, when this charge particle cover the length of the electrode or cylinder, the potential get reversed. That is, this second cylinder or second electrode became positive and third electrode became negative. So when the charge particle is in gap between this second electrode and third electrode, due to here is a positive potential across the second electrode and negative potential across third electrode, the charge particle get accelerated. Okay, and this accelerated charge particle is enter in a third cylinder. The potential across third cylinder is a negative. Now, the charge particle travel with constant velocity in a third cylinder. When it cover the length of the cylinder, it is at one end of the cylinder. The potential is reverse. That is, the third electrode became positive and fourth electrode became negative. So that the charge particle accelerated and it entered in a fourth electrode. This process is carried out so that the velocity of a charge particle and kinetic energy of a charge particle is tremendously increases when it passes through this electrode. Okay, and this high energy, high velocity charge particles are bombarded on target to study the nuclear reaction. Friends, now we have to find the length of this electrode. Okay, so we can say that the half period, okay, half period it is equal to 1 upon 2f, where f is a frequency, of a applied potential. Okay, we know that the period is the reciprocal of a frequency, but here is a half period and therefore 1 upon 2f. Okay, why we consider half period? Because here the alternating potential is like this, so that for positive half cycle, first cylinder have a positive potential and second cylinder have a negative potential, and therefore, and here we consider only half part for which the charged particles are travel inside the cylinder or electrode. Okay, and therefore we consider half period. It is equal to ln upon Vn, where ln is a length of nth electrode or length of nth cylinder. Vn is a velocity of a charged particle in nth electrode. Okay, now we have to find the length of a nth electrode, and therefore ln it is equal to 1 upon 2f into Vn. Okay, it is a ln is equal to 1 upon 2f into Vn. Now we have to find this velocity of a charged particle inside the electrode, and therefore we know that the kinetic energy can be written as half mv square, kinetic energy of a charged particle. This can be also written as E into V. Okay, E into V. But we can write the kinetic energy of a charged particle. It is half m Vn square. This is the kinetic energy of a charged particle. Okay, now we know that kinetic energy it is equal to E into V. Okay, E into V. But here we consider N into E into V0. Okay, where V0 is the potential difference. Okay, E represent charge on a charged particle and represent the number of charged particle. Okay, plus C, where C is a constant because these charged particles have some energy before injection or injected to the electrode. Okay, so it is the energy is non-zero value of a kinetic energy when the charged particles are entered in a first cylinder, and therefore we use constant C. Okay, and therefore when we equate these two equations, we get N into E into V0 plus C, it is equal to half M into Vn square. Okay, and therefore we can write Vn square, it is equal to twice n into E into V0 plus C divided by M. Okay, so this is Vn square, and therefore Vn, it is equal to under root of 2 n into E into V0 plus C divided by M. So this is the value of velocity of a charged particle in nth electrode. Okay. Now putting this value in equation number 1. If we consider this is equation number 1. Putting this value in equation number 1, we get ln, it is equal to 1 upon twice f. Value of Vn is a under root of 2 n E V0 plus C divided by n. Okay. So this is the length of electrode or cylinder, nth electrode or cylinder in terms of the frequency. Now we have to find the length of this cylinder or electrode in terms of the wavelength. We know that the relation between the velocity, frequency, wavelength is, if we consider c is a velocity, okay, f is a frequency, okay, c is equal to f into lambda, okay, and therefore we can say that ln, okay, this can be also written as 1 upon f, it is equal to here lambda divided by c. Okay, multiplying both sides or divide both sides by 2, we get 1 upon 2f, it is equal to 1 upon lambda upon twice c. Okay, 1 upon 2f, it is equal to lambda upon twice c. We know that c is equal to f into lambda, where c is a velocity, okay, velocity of light. Okay, f is a frequency, lambda is wavelength. So this can be written as 1 upon f, it is equal to lambda upon c. C here is a multiply, so when it goes from LHS to RHS, it is divide. Okay, so 1 upon 2f, it is equal to lambda upon twice c. Putting this value in equation number 2, this is considered as equation number 2. Okay, when we put the value in equation number 2, we get ln, it is equal to lambda upon twice c, okay, into under root of 2 n E V0 plus c divided by m. Okay, now this equation can be also written as ln, it is equal to lambda under root of, okay, so when these 2 goes inside the square root, it became 4. Okay, when c goes inside the square root, it becomes c square. Okay, 2 in bracket n E V0 plus c divided by 4m into c square. Okay. So this can be also written as ln is equal to lambda under root of 2. Okay. So here it is. This equation can be written as n e v0 plus c divided by 2m into c square. So this is formula for length of a nth electrode in linear accelerator. Now from this equation we can say that the length of a nth electrode in a linear is directly proportional to the wavelength. Okay, wavelength of a applied potential. Okay, so this is related to length of the electrodes. Okay, now this linac is used to accelerate the charged particle. Such type of a linac is installed in Stanford University, having length 3.2 kilometer, capable to accelerate the electron, having energy 50 giga electron volt. So this is related to linear accelerator. So linear accelerator is used to accelerate the charged particle. Okay, and from this equation we can find the length of the nth electrode in the linac. Thank you.